and welcome back to Dusty Garage. I forgot to do the intro there. Yeah, the Honda is with JDM Regiment, Jack Sargent, over in Wellington. The car is having a engine rebuild. This video is kind of documenting the issues that I've had with the engine. I bought a used crankshaft from eBay, and it was 175 quid. So far cheaper than the actual brand new OEM crankshaft. But it's not really fit for purpose. It's had a spun bearing like mine has, and there's more damage than I expected on it. I say later on in the video that I might be using this used part. I'm not. I'm going to go brand new, and everything that we're doing in this rebuild is going to be OEM or upgraded stuff. So we got a upgraded Ballard Sport timing chain tensioner. That's a known weak part on the Honda S2000 series engines. We're going with forged connecting rods, forged pistons as well. Just about everything else I believe is OEM. But we've got those specific parts of the engine are going to be forged parts. So they're going to be extra strength. I do 8,000 miles a year on the car. I can't see myself selling it. It's going to be doing a lot of miles, and I want to keep that engine nice and strong. But yeah, please ignore the bits about it coming up in the video about me using that used crankshaft. That isn't going to happen. We're going to be buying a brand new one. We're going to be plenty of videos, hopefully, on the rebuild. Certainly when all the parts are ready and we're going to be installing them. I say we. Jack's going to be doing the work. I'm going to be filming. I'm going to go over to his workshop and we'll do a video documenting the whole engine rebuild, which will be really good fun. Hopefully get that to you over sometime this winter. So please subscribe. There'll be more content on the S2000 coming soon. In the meantime, we'll be doing some adventure videos and just general stuff. I've still got to complete the Spitfire video, Tramp Spitfire. But yeah, the rest of the video follows. Hi there, and welcome back to Dorset Scouser's Garage. This is the crankshaft for a Honda S2000 F20C engine. I have ordered it off eBay. My one in my engine currently is shot. It's spun a bearing. It has spun a bearing before. There's evidence of metalwork having been done on the crankshaft that is in the engine at the moment. And it's not really salvageable. You get to a certain point when it's happened a number of times, and if you spin a bearing on here, you can easily see it. I'll come in close on here. This is one I picked up used on eBay, as I say, and it was a bit of a punt. I didn't want to spend a huge amount of money getting a brand new one when this one can do for the time being. Maybe at some point I'll put a new crankshaft in. But yeah, this was a bit of a punt, and the seller had assured me that it had never been scored, it had never been machined down before. So if you do spin a bearing on these, there are score marks. Now it depends on how severe that scoring is. If you can feel it with your fingernail, that's usually a telltale sign that it is pretty bad. This looks in relatively good condition. This point here doesn't have any scoring at all. It's very smooth. There's a tiny little bit of it here. This one's the worst one. So this has probably been a point where there's been really low oil pressure. So no oil is getting through to lubricate the bearings on here. The crankshaft is spinning. The connecting rods are attached to it around the bearing, and then those go up to the pistons, and they go up and down at high speeds and high pressures and high temperatures. So these components need to work absolutely perfectly. I say I picked it up on eBay, got it for £175. Brand new ones are £1,200, £1,500. So it's a fraction of the price. If I can repair this and get it in the engine and it lasts a long time, then perfect, ideal. But there are signs of damage. So this side is perfect. These two are not great. This side is pretty good as well, actually. So there might not need to be any work done to that. But on the back here, and I'll come in a little bit closer so you can see, on the back there is, you can hear it. I can scratch away at that a little bit. So this is going to need, certainly this cylinder is going to need quite a bit of machine work down in order to get that metal smooth again. Because if I was to just stick a bearing on that again, it would only last a few hundred, maybe 1,000 miles, and that bearing would start to wear out as well, because this metal is not smooth. So yeah, you can machine this down. If anyone can help in the comments below regarding a little thing that I'm having a think about, these two cylinders would be fine. I could stick on the normal size bearings on this, depending on what the markings are on the crankshaft. I can put bearings on there. Once these are filed down, can I put oversized bearings on these but leave these as normal size bearings? Will that throw everything out of alignment, or will it cause issues down the line? Do I need to, I mean, ideally I'd be buying a brand new crankshaft and I could stick full bearings across all of them, but do I need to file these sections down as well as these by the same amount? Which would be a shame, because the metal here is really good. But yeah, can I fit two different oversized main bearings in the engine? Rod bearings as well, I think they're called over in America. But yeah, this is a used part and it generally looks in good condition. I'm slightly concerned about the scoring there, but I think the next step is to show it to my mechanic and also take it to a machine shop and just see if they can get the desired effect of scoring this metal down, and hopefully I've got a nice cheap replacement part in the engine. So yeah, a crankshaft works in that it spins round and these parts connect to the connecting rods and they go up and down, and they fire in line. But if there is any point where the lubrication is not good enough, if for instance you've got low oil pressure and your oil pump is on its way out and it's not providing a uniform amount of lubrication across all 4 cylinders, or however many cylinders you've got, then that can cause real issues with friction and eventually the bearings wearing out and spinning, or even throwing a bearing and metal going in the engine. I mean, fingers crossed that hasn't happened on mine. I don't think it has. But yeah, it's worth checking oil pressure. It's worth taking the bottom end of your engine out and just seeing if those bearings are in good condition. My S2000's on about 100,000 miles now. It did 100,000 kilometers while it was over in Japan, so about 62,000 miles. And it's done about 40,000 miles on the roads here in the UK when it was converted over to miles and miles an hour on the speedo. So it's done about 100,000 miles. I think I read somewhere that the oil pumps are generally, they tend to go after about 100,000 miles, they started to wear out. So that could well be the cause of the problem. I mentioned in a previous update video that I bought a new oil pump, well, relatively new, it done 1,000 miles. So hopefully that will fix the issue. But as I said, there's no point getting a new crankshaft and putting new bearings on it if you're not going to fix the issue that is causing those bearings to spin. So it's worth, whilst you're in the engine and you're replacing things, it's worth just doing a few of the tests and making sure absolutely everything is fine. Because if something is slightly out, then you're going to have that problem again. This is what has happened with my crankshaft in the engine. So there's obviously signs of one of the cylinders, the bearings wearing out and scoring into the metal here. And they've filed down the metal a number of times, and it's gone right down to a point where you can't really take any more metal off, which isn't ideal really. So they've botched the job in the past. I don't know if it was done over in Japan or over here in the UK, but it wasn't a good job that was done, and the problem kept on recurring, and there is a section on here. Hopefully do an update video at some point when we take the old crankshaft out and we can see the damage on that and compare the two. But yeah, it's just a quick update video. This is getting really heavy on my legs now. This thing weighs 20-30 kilos I think. Probably more. But yeah, other than the scoring in a couple of the cylinders, it looks in generally good condition. I'm quite pleased with it. So hopefully it's a salvageable part and I've saved myself quite a bit of money. But yeah, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, please hit that like button. There'll be plenty more videos about the S2000 engine rebuild over the winter. I'll be fitting a new oil pump and probably new connecting rods and definitely new bearings. This crankshaft, or if we find it isn't particularly salvageable once it's been machined down, I'll probably have to buy a new one, which is a bit of a shame, but we don't want to be putting rubbish parts in an engine. So yeah, that's the S2000 now with JDM Regiment. He's going to be doing an engine rebuild. Probably get it back around about January time, but he's going to keep me updated, and hopefully if they're going to do a complete engine strip down, but whenever all the bits are ready to go back in, he's going to let me kind of have filming right to the workshop, so I'm looking forward to that. Can't wait to get it back, but I'll keep videos coming up on the channel. But yeah, come 2020 we'll have a nice fresh engine rebuilt into the Honda, and it'll be running like a dream. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please like this video, comment if you've got any suggestions, anything you want to see me freshen up on the S2000 while it's off the road for the winter. And yeah, hit that subscribe button. Thank you to everyone that's been subscribing so far. There'll be plenty more videos from me soon, not so much on the S2000 for the time being, but we got a few adventures planned in the van. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you in a video coming really soon.